warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Jason, and last December I had the opportunity to with Alhussein, who's going to speak next. And yeah, alhamdulillah, I'm a revert. I converted to Islam like just over 3 years ago. And yeah, so maybe I'll say a few words about my experience. So this Umrah trip, it was with it was an international organization who did it with reverts from all around the world. So if I'm not mistaken, there were over 200 reverts from from places such as Japan, France, uh, like many countries. I think unless this can continue, maybe it's over 20 countries. Yeah, so yeah, my journey. So for this Umrah trip, we were with a cohort of people from Canada and the United Kingdom in general, and I remember meeting the people for the first time. This is even before we went to Saudi Arabia, and when I met them, it was really amazing. I didn't know them, right? But we were brothers like from the instance of meeting. Yeah, I never met people who they were very sincere. Right away, like we were able to have deep conversations, and it was a great experience. On arrival in Mecca, it hadn't fully hit me yet that I was about to perform the Umrah. To see the Kaaba, to make dua and walk and pray in the same place as the Prophet ﷺ and his companions. And when it hit me was on the way to the holy site. We were all performing the talbiyah together, and we were all wearing the same clothes, and it was really, it hit me at that point like, wow, we're all doing this for the same reason, for the sake of Allah, and it was very emotional. Yeah, and then when we got to the floor of Masjid al-Haram, it was the exact same feeling, just continued, and seeing everyone again wearing the same clothes from every different walk of life together in the same place was really amazing. And the same way you feel, like when you're in sujood, when you make dua, when like you feel very close to Allah. And in the same way, when I was in Mecca and in Medina also, it's like that closeness to Allah, like when you're in sujood, compared to being here. But alhamdulillah, it was a great experience, and the same goes for Masjid al-Nabawi in Medina. This was a place where I saw a culture of like constant learning. I saw a culture of everyone was there for the same reason, and there was the same sincerity throughout. And one of the great things I appreciated was our cohort from the United Kingdom. In Canada, we created a group, a Quran circle, and we would meet at Masjid al-Nabawi around maybe 10 p.m. and we would recite Quran together. And I had people who, I just met. I've only known them for maybe a week, yet they were helping me recite the Quran. We were having deep conversations, deep until the early mornings. And yeah, it was a blessed and beautiful experience, alhamdulillah. And yeah, I'm very appreciative that I was able to do this. And that was with the help of course, Al Medina Center, as well as the international organization. It's called Umrat Al Alam. Jazakallah khair.
بارك الله فيك. يلا والآن مع كلمة عبد الرحمن. يلا الأخ اسمه ها؟ أليسك أليسس. والآن مع الأخ أليسس.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله
So,
وبركاته.
inshallah, I'll try to fill in the gaps of something maybe Jaden didn't touch upon. Yeah, alhamdulillah, it was our first time to do Umrah. Alhamdulillah, it was a very amazing experience. A very interesting phenomenon, when you see, Al-Kaaba and the Haram online and on social media, and when you see it in real life, kind of doesn't have that full effect. That's what I found in my experience. Because you see it so many times, so we become familiar with it. But alhamdulillah, still, it was amazing. Okay, the Kaaba was much taller than I was expecting. Yes, in Mecca, we stayed half of our time in Mecca. During the last few days, me with another German brother, we were actually able to perform Umrah at night, and we stayed all the way till Fajr in the Haram. So that was, especially being able to pray Fajr there in the Haram, that was the most surreal experience that I ever had. And it was especially Sheikh Yasser al-Dosari was reciting for Fajr during that whole week. So that was, absolutely, I'll never forget that. Then another half of our time we were in Medina, and it's really true what they say, Medina does really have a very special feeling and a different one than Mecca. Obviously Mecca, we all know its importance, but Medina, just the feeling of being there, going to the masjid, going back, it's really different, and makes sense why the Prophet ﷺ made so much dua for Medina to love it.
هتقرأ صفحة ولا بتعرفش؟
And another thing that I saw and I noticed is that in both Mecca and Medina, it's not cloudy at all. You can see the sky very clearly, and especially during the last few days, it was a full moon. So the full moon was very big, and you could see very clearly. And then I thought about, and I realized why in the Quran there's so many ayat about the sky and about the stars, and about especially during the Day of Judgment, that the sky is gonna split and things like this, because the Arabs at the time could see the sky very clearly and would look at it all the time during traveling, because there aren't much clouds. So that was very interesting to see firsthand. That gave me context of a lot of ayat from the Quran. All in all, like, to conclude, it was you could definitely say it was a transforming experience, and I ask Allah to invite all of us to His house, and ask Allah to give us sincerity, and alhamdulillah, very grateful for having to go there.
Share your reward story as well, since you're
Oh, okay.
if you don't mind. What's your name first?
Sure. Oh, sorry, I didn't start with that. So I'm Alessis. I've been a convert for 2.5 years. What really brought me to Islam is just researching, and just researching. I was researching a religion that would offer proofs and evidences for its reality. And Islam was with no comparison, was the only one that was able to provide, actual evidences, and especially the Quran. The one thing about the Quran, for me, that really made me think that this cannot be from a human, is how, Allah talks in so many places in a way that it's like He's in your head. He knows exactly what humans are thinking. He knows exactly, like, their arguments they make in their mind. And it's clear that the author of the Quran created the human being and knows exactly its condition, how it thinks. So that's in short my story.
What country are you from originally? Are you from Canada?
No, from Romania originally.
Oh, Romania.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
جزاك الله خير. بارك الله. Any question?
2 months. 2 months before. We have one more brother, inshallah, he can also share his story. Nintuja. Yes. And then, no, he didn't do it, but he will just share his story since he's here. And then we can talk about Dawah team.
I don't mind him recording this
You don't want recording?
No.
problem.
So now, probably suggestion.
الصوت يعني؟
الصوت ولا صورة؟
هو لسه أهله مش
So my name is Nintujan Ture Singham, and my background is my family is from a Hindu family. And there was once a day where I was playing a Rocket League like a game with my friend, and he told me about the science of Day of Judgment.